Fairy World. Long ago, in the bright kingdom of Florina, the people had grown lazy. They ate too many sweets, drank no fresh water, and never cared for exercise. Slowly, their fields weakened, and even the children became tired all the time. The king was worried because no one had the energy to work or play. One night, he prayed for help. A gentle light appeared in the garden, and from it emerged a fairy with emerald wings. "I am Seraphina, the healthy fairy," she said. "I have come to restore life and strength to your people." Seraphina noticed that the children of Florina ate candies for breakfast and fried foods for dinner. She shook her head gently and spread her glowing dust. "Health begins with food," she told them. She taught the villagers about fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and honey. She showed them how to make colorful meals that tasted delicious and gave them energy. The children laughed with delight when they tasted apples, carrots, and warm bread. Soon, their cheeks glowed red with health. The villagers realized that real sweetness came not from candy but from nature's gifts. After fixing the food, Seraphina led the people to the river. It had been forgotten, covered with weeds, while villagers drank only sour juices and old wine. The healthy fairy dipped her hands into the river, and the water sparkled. "Water is life," she said. She gave each child a shining cup. "Drink daily, and your bodies will sing with strength." At first, they found it plain, but soon they loved how refreshing it felt. The people cleaned their wells and rivers. With every sip, their energy returned, and sickness slowly faded. The villagers still spent long hours sitting, gossiping, or sleeping. Seraphina knew their bodies needed movement, so she whistled, and butterflies flew in circles. She invited everyone to join the dance. The children skipped, the women twirled, and even the old men laughed as they moved. She taught them games, stretches, and walking in the fields. Every morning, the kingdom filled with cheerful sounds of running feet and clapping hands. "Your body is a gift," the fairy said. "Keep it moving, and it will carry you far." The people felt lighter and stronger than ever. Although the villagers had begun eating well and playing joyfully, they still worked late into the night. Their eyes grew heavy and their minds grew tired. Seraphina gathered them under a starry sky. "Rest is as important as food and water," she reminded them. She taught them to sleep early, rise with the sun, and let their bodies recover. She even sprinkled fairy dust on their pillows, giving them peaceful dreams. With proper rest, children grew taller, workers became more focused, and elders smiled more often. Balance had returned to their nights. One day, the villagers quarreled loudly about who deserved the best harvest. Seraphina watched patiently, then she blew a soft breeze, asking them to breathe deeply with her. "Calm hearts bring clear thoughts," she said. She taught them deep breathing and quiet moments of stillness. The people felt peace spread inside their chests. Arguments melted away. The farmers shared their crops and families laughed together again. The villagers learned that health was not just of the body, but also of the mind. With calmness, their kingdom became more loving and united. Everyone was grateful. A greedy merchant filled his pockets with sugar and oily food, refusing to change. He mocked Seraphina's teachings. Soon, his body weakened, and he could no longer walk without pain. When he cried for help, the fairy came. "Health cannot be bought," she told him kindly. She gave him simple bread, fruits, and water. Slowly, he healed. The merchant bowed in shame and promised to share healthy foods with others. The people realized that greed and laziness bring sickness, but kindness brings wellness. The children of Florina loved Seraphina the most. They had grown strong and playful, with bright eyes and cheerful laughter. One morning, they gathered around her. "Fairy, will you stay forever?" they asked. Seraphina smiled. "I cannot stay, but I leave my lessons with you. Promise me you will eat wisely, drink water, move daily, rest well, and live with peace." The children placed their hands on their hearts and promised. Seraphina gave them each a glowing seed to plant, a reminder that health must be nurtured every day, and live with peace. The children placed their hands on their hearts and promised. Seraphina gave them each a glowing seed to plant, a reminder that health must be nurtured every day, and live with peace. The children placed their hands on their hearts and promised. Seraphina gave them each a glowing seed to plant, a reminder that health must be nurtured every day. The children planted the seeds in the kingdom's gardens. From them grew golden apple trees, silver wheat, and glowing flowers. Whenever a villager forgot the fairies' lessons, the plants would wither. When they returned to healthy habits, the plants bloomed again. These magical gardens became the heart of Florina. The children planted the seeds in the kingdom's gardens. From them grew golden apple trees, silver wheat, and glowing flowers. Whenever a villager forgot the fairies' lessons, the plants would wither. When they returned to healthy habits, the plants bloomed again. These magical gardens became the heart of Florina. Travelers from faraway lands visited and learned about health. Florina grew famous not for riches or armies, but for its strong, happy people. The seeds of health spread beyond the kingdom, touching every land. At last, Seraphina spread her emerald wings ready to leave. The kingdom gathered to thank her. "Remember," she said softly, "health is the true treasure of life. Protect it and you will always live with joy." She flew into the morning light, leaving a rainbow trail across the sky. The people of Florina kept their promise. They ate wisely, drank clean water, exercised, rested, and lived peacefully. And whenever a child laughed in the fields, they believed the healthy fairy spirit was dancing with them. The kingdom flourished for generations.